Hi, welcome to this new FLORIFER devlog. I'm Alessio and today I'll talk about FLORIFER's game map, how we decided to balance the open world component, some technical and performance advices for building a game world, and how we want to build the environments the players will traverse on their journey. Before we start, I want to express our displeas for the delay of the devlogs and the news about the game in general, but this doesn't mean FLORIFER ever stopped. The development is progressing and in the near future we'll share the results of our work. Open world is a term that refers to a precise imagery in video games, the possibility to explore a level of variable size as you please. This general definition is then applied and altered depending on the game design, because in most games it's necessary a more specific development. In FLORIFER we'll follow this rule, handling the open world so that the players will be allowed to explore the various locations as they wish, but also suggesting and pointing towards some paths over others. This doesn't mean the players who will want to visit less visible areas first will be penalized or left to themselves. It will be our duty and a fascinating challenge to make any possible direction interesting and polished. Another trait we want to discuss is the standardized massive size of AAA open world maps that we got in the last years. We want to clarify that FLORIFER won't be that way. We are not trying to have dozens of side quests, activities and points of interest to find. We'll try instead to create less but memorable and meaningful places and missions. For a short period, FLORIFER stopped running at a decent frame rate. A build of the main map with 2 specific locations was enough to be a problem for our computers, so I took a few weeks to try and improve performances. First of all, Unreal Engine has a built-in system for open worlds called World Composition. I switched to this setup to grant a smooth loading of the various areas. The dynamic loading trick is combined with LOD or level of detail. In a few words, 3D models have less detailed versions that are loaded instead of the high poly ones, depending on the distance of the object from the camera. For the farm models, I also created lighter versions of the materials to reduce the impact of everything distant. Another element that can destroy performances in an open world game is lighting. Since FLORIFER will include a day-night cycle, we cannot use a pre-calculated lighting which is lighter, but we have to stick to a dynamic lighting which is heavier. At the moment, we have a single directional light for the sun and a single area with the interiors lit by smaller local lights. We also reduced the overlapping areas between these lights, because that requires extra calculations to the engine. Once all of this was done, FLORIFER's build was still running really bad. More researches revealed that the fog was set as volumetric, and that alone was requiring a lot of render time. Once disabled the volumetric option, the game gained around 15 FPS, becoming perfectly playable again. If you have to take a single advice away from this devlog, remember to disable the volumetrics on the fog. On the practical side, FLORIFER's world design started with defining what elements we needed in the game. For example, locations with specific weather or freshwater sources, which are necessary to take care of the seeds we are going to bring with us on the journey. We began with drawing a basic map, then placed the main points of interest and so on until we get a first draft of the game world with everything in place. Now we are actually crafting this world, and during the development it happens that some elements are changed. Sometimes we move a mountain or extend a river. These are little big improvements with which we polish the explorative experience and the detail of each location. Great sources of inspiration for us in this structuring work were titles like Shadow of the Colossus, Rime, A Short Hike, and Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. The devlog ends here. We hope this was helpful in understanding how we are designing FLORIFER and what to expect from it once it will be complete. You can join our Discord server to keep updated, and we have a Patreon in case you want to support us. If you want to play FLORIFER, you can find a little demo on itch.io. All the links will be in the description. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.